drivers' points table looks like this. The top four still unchanged after 4 rounds. Nico Rosberg leading the championship with 93 points. Myself as Lewis Hamilton behind him, 23 points behind with 70 points. Then Ricciardo slightly falling behind now with 49 points. Sebastian Vettel keeping close behind his teammate with 46 points. Fernando Alonso has moved up from 10th place in the standings up to 5th, gaining valuable points in the last round, up with 30 points. Nico Hulkenberg 3 points behind him in 6th. Kimi Raikkonen, Sergio Perez, Valtteri Bottas and Felipe Massa all have dropped at least 1 place in the standings. Kevin Magnussen and Jenson Button are unchanged. Now I have a look at the constructors after 4 rounds. Mercedes still leading the way, with Red Bull slowly dropping back in 2nd place. Ferrari have moved themselves up into 3rd place in the constructors table, 51 points. Still a long way to go in this though, but Mercedes looking very strong, with Force India dropping down to 4th and everyone else staying in the same positions as they were. Mercedes gaining a few more points in the last round, 13 points in total, and still Toro Rosso, Sauber, Lotus, Caterham and Russia yet to score any points in this championship. Hello and welcome back to F1 2014, round number 5. We are in Spain, Barcelona, for this race. Looking now to try and catch Nico Rosberg, who is starting to pull away in the championship. Let's have a look at the standings for qualifying on the grid. We can see that our teammate Nico Rosberg has got pole position once again on the 2 Red Bulls behind him, Vettel and Ricciardo. Alonso in the Ferrari in 4th place, Nico Hulkenberg taking 5th, Kimi Raikkonen in 6th, Felipe Massa 7th, and the 2 McLarens rounding out the top 10 in 9th and 10th. Dry race, and we're going to go same again, 1-stop strategy, option tyres to start off with, pitting on lap 8, change to the prime tyres. Let's go to the grid to start this race. We are now lined up on the grid to start this Spanish Grand Prix, just waiting for the 5 red lights to come on now. And it's lights out, away we go for the Spanish Grand Prix. Then off to an okay start, into the slipstream of the Marshal Max Chilton and his teammate Yankee as we go down into turn 1 now. It's going to be a tight right-hander. Turn 1, brake late, but stay behind Kobayashi in the Caterham as we try and go around the inside of him. Now on the outside of Gutierrez in the Sauber through turn 2, and now around this long right hander of turn 3 into the slipstream of Romain Grosjean in the Lotus in front, right down the inside into turn 4, up into position 12 now, Jenson Button down the inside of him, and the inside of the Force India and Williams, up into position 9 now. Just go round the outside of Kimi Raikkonen in the Ferrari, get held up by Kevin Magnussen in the McLaren. Drop back a little bit as we go through the chicane. Make a move. Try and down the inside. Kimi Raikkonen just then. But we're going to see if we can get into the slipstream of him. As we do, get really good exit. Down the inside we go. Looking at this hairpin. And we take the inside of Kevin Magnussen at the same time. P7 as we come to the end of lap 1. Felipe Massa in the Williams ahead of us. See if we can close onto him as we come through the final chicane into the end of lap 1. Try and get onto the back end of Felipe Massa as we go through the final corner. He starts to pull away as we go down the main straight to start lap 2. He is just under a second ahead of us. We have Kevin Magnussen half a second behind us. If we look on the minimap, you can see Kevin Magnussen slowly closing into our slipstream. We brake late going into turn 1, pull back ahead, try and close the gap on Massa. Through turns 2, now turn 3. Try and get onto the power going through this long right hander. See if we can close the gap to Massa. Now cut to the end of lap 2, start at lap 3. We're getting to the slipstream of Felipe Massa coming down the straight. Slowly closing the gap onto him. Will we make a move down the inside going into turn 1? Yes, we do. No. Try and hold it down the inside. However, Kevin Magnussen has taken advantage of our mistake. We have dropped back to position 8. Magnussen now looks to make a move on Felipe Massa going into turn 4. Just standing inside, he slows really badly going through turn 4 as he is cut off by Massa when he tried to make that move. We take advantage, going through turn 4, we've overtaken him. Back up to P7, Felipe Massa is ahead of us. Will we make a move going into turns 10? Let's go through this swooping round of turn 9. Let's get onto the power all the way through there. We've got DRS within 1 second of Massa. Will we make a move down the inside? We don't, but we hang it round the outside, make the move stick, up now into position 6 as we go through turns 11 and 12. Up next is Nico Hulkenberg as we run a little bit wide into the gravel. Do not lose that much time. Keep Massa behind us. Through the chicane of the penultimate corner. Now to the final corner. As it looks like Felipe Massa is going to make a move on us. As we go down the straight, he gets into our slipstream. We cover the inside of turn 1. Go defensive. He's down our outside. We're going to late brake into turn 1. Slightly compromise ourselves, but we managed to hold on to P6 ahead of Felipe Massa. As I said before, Hulkenberg is up next in the Force India. Now on to the end of lap 7 to start lap 8. 2 cars in the pits. Look like Hulkenberg's gone in the pits. Up into position 5 now. Daniel Ricciardo in 4th place is our next man ahead. Didn't manage to catch Hulkenberg before the pit stops. However, we're going to make a pit stop at the end of this lap to go onto the hard compound tyres, prime tyres. 4.7 seconds separates myself and Daniel Ricciardo. Kevin Magnussen sticking behind us all the way through this lap. Half a second as we come through turn 6 and now turn 7 and 8. Hopefully we can keep Kevin Magnussen behind us before we make our pit stop. Then we can stay in front of him as he will try and warm up his tyres as he goes into pits as well. He looks like he's going to make a move going into turn 10. He would have made it round the outside. We keep the inside, hold him off. I've got a warning from our engineer to make sure we go for a pit stop at the end of this lap. Hopefully Ricciardo in front of us makes a pit stop as well. As we go into the pit lane now, hopefully we get a good stop under 4 seconds, which will be fantastic. 3 cars already in the pits. That will be Ricciardo, Vettel, not our teammate, but I believe the Ferrari of Fernando Alonso. Those are the hard tyres. 3.8 seconds, good stop, didn't get held up this time. And it looks like we've managed to close onto the back Daniel Ricciardo in this pit stop. It looks like he's been held a little bit. We'll see what the split time is when we go to the first sector. It looks like he has lost a lot of time. And he'll probably lose a bit more time as he tries to warm up his tyres going through this first sector. We'll try and warm up our tyres as well up to optimal temperature. Still in rich mix, try and close in the gap, use any extra fuel we've got. Make sure we don't overheat the engine, because that would affect us gradually through this race. 2.6 seconds is the gap for myself and Ricciardo. We've come out in P10. Kevin Magnussen still behind us in P11. We'll move up back into P5 or 6 as the rest of the cars in front make their pit stops. Going a bit wide through turn 9. Now onto lap 11. We can see Daniel Ricciardo has tried to make a move on Nico Hulkenberg ahead of him. He has been compromised, lost a lot of speed, and we have made a move round the outside of Ricciardo, going through turn 2. Then to Hulkenberg and Ricciardo. Looks like they've been battling. Ricciardo tried to make a move, didn't make it stick, lost a lot of time, and we have taken advantage of this. Exactly what Kevin Magnussen did to us when we tried to overtake Massa earlier in this race. However, we've managed to keep this place, whereas Magnussen lost it. Up next, Nico Hulkenberg. See if we can get 4th place in this race. As many points as possible. Now coming to start lap 14. Slowly closing the gap to Nico Hulkenberg. All I've been doing the past couple of laps is pushing really hard to try and close the gap. It is 1.5 seconds. Ricciardo keeping with us, just over a second behind us. Come through the first sector, turns to 1, 2 and 3. Nicely through there. Early on the power through turn 3. Trying to close the gap. Come to the end of sector 2. Really right onto the back end of Nico Hulkenberg now. 1.3 is the gap, but Ricciardo is literally on our gearbox. Got to make sure we defend from him, but also try and push to overtake Hulkenberg. Going through the final chicane, turns 14 and 15, now through the final corner of turn 16, start lap 15. Nico Hulkenberg's got a better exit. We have DRS, give us ourselves extra 16 kilometers per hour of speed. Slowly reading him in up to turn 1. We brake late, but we are just too far back to make a move. Run wide through turn 1 and compromises us through turn 2. Nico Hulkenberg gets away for now. Hopefully we can catch him before the end of this race. As we go 3/10 up on the first sector from our previous lap. 7/10 separates us from Hulkenberg and only 5/10 between myself and Ricciardo and the Red Bull behind us. Run wide through turn 8, compromises through turn 9. Hopefully we're still within 1 second to get DRS. We do. However, coming up to the final lap, we've got DRS. This is our best opportunity so far. Try and overtake Nico Hulkenberg. Down the inside we go. Easy stuff. Into turn 1. Slow it down. Early on the power through turn 2. We have gained ourselves more points than we would have done staying in P5 on our teammate Nico Rosberg, who is leading this race. 9 seconds the gap to myself and Vettel. Nowhere near chance of being able to catch him, especially on the last lap. All we have to do is try and hold off Hulkenberg, and the charging Ricciardo was kept with us all through this. Hold them off as we've got Hulkenberg right behind us. He will get DRS on us coming through this straight. Hopefully we can hold him off into turn 10. He is nowhere near us. We brake early into turn 10, get around there, early on the power. It looks like we're going to hold off Hulkenberg and keep position 4. Our team, Nico Rosberg, has won the race. Fernando Alonso has finished in 2nd place. Vettel rounds out the top 3, getting the 3rd place on the podium. We unfortunately haven't been able to get into the top 3, but position 4 at a track we're not very strong at. Excellent points. Great job. See in the race result, Nico Rosberg, our teammate, has taken 1st place once again. Fernando Alonso in the Ferrari, 2nd place, moving himself up the championship table even more now. Vettel taking his 3rd place, myself as Lewis Hamilton in 4th, 12 points in this race. 13 points lost to our teammate Nico Rosberg now in the championship. Nico Hulkenberg holding off Daniel Ricciardo to take 5th place. As we scroll down, we can see there were 0 DNFs. Max Chilton finishing in last place in the Marussia. Kevin Magnussen taking 7th place. Massa and Bottas 8th and 9th. And Kimi Raikkonen taking the final point in this race in the Ferrari. If you have enjoyed this video, be sure to leave it a like. If you are new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. Up next is the Monaco Grand Prix. Hope you all enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.